San Francisco. For us, San Francisco struck the chord because it meant the very birth. For the setting of Watch Dogs 2, we wanted to have a different vibe.
So our San Francisco keeps all the important. There's a different feel, different vibe, a different look to all of the areas of our world.
We wanted to kind of represent all these different areas and the different collections of people that live in these areas and what their lifestyles and their personalities are like.
So we're building you're in that world, and if you stop moving and you look around, you feel the world is alive, right? This is the promise of what an open world game is. So characters shouldn't only react to you, they should react to each other. You know, maybe people start fights. Maybe someone calls the cops on someone else than you. Maybe a dog barks after someone else and chases him down the street. And then if you start doing things, if you start playing in the world, the city should react to what you're doing. It should feel normal. It should surprise you also in how it reacts.
We were really interested in the city itself.
It's a world that has a lot of, I mean, if you're a hacker and you go in Silicon Valley and you have the head on to make money and potentially even manipulate people and society.
The spirit of California and the spirit of San Francisco. But we needed somebody who was going to be really worthy of all the cool stuff that we wanted to do in the game.
He's a perfect blend between somebody that's tech savvy, that represents a little bit the internet culture, but also has that athletic and rebellious feeling to him.
So we had to decide from the beginning what things were. We wanted Marcus, and we're not talking about just a good fighter, but he's got some interesting. This is crazy. We got it.
The new idea for hacking in Watch Dogs 2 is to let the player create his own solutions.
So you have a lot more control, a lot more flexibility in how you hack the world.
So one big category.
One of the big things on Watch Dogs is hacking vehicles. I think this is old, and if you can hack into the drive system of a car, you can pretty much drive it wherever you want.
So making sure in the world, it shouldn't be a forklift up down. You should, just like a camera, press a button and become that thing.
One of the core things that we're doing, you can hack every character. You can hack every car in the game. And you can hack most of the electronics within the city. So that's...
Teaser. So if you want to play the game completely non-lethal...
Of little devices that you can use.
One of the things that people kind of like that we've done is we've created toys for Marcus. He has an RC jumper. It's got little wheels, and it's even got this little robotic arm that he can sort of deploy, and he can interact with things. He can unplug things and replug them and take out screws. It's a neat little toy. And then the other gadget he's up to. And it's more about scouting and being the eye in the sky, because you're just zipping through the city. It feels like you're flying.
Another branch, which is kind of connected to it.
And you can hack them in multiple ways. For example, I could hack one person and distract them, have their phone ringing so they look at their phone to create a distraction. Which is, well, why only hack one if you can hack them all?
There's one thing that I really believe about Watch Dogs players is...
So that means you can play a mission full gun blazing, that's the way you like to play, full stealth, or through hacking only, project yourself in computers, take control of electronics, influence people, and try to get to your goal that way.
We try to really support all players and also allow players to combine and mash these styles and play together too. If you've been playing a certain way for a while, we want the game to kind of challenge you to try different things, but also not force you into playing the game a certain way.
We work to improve the driving, make it, and adding a lot of physics and feel to all the vehicles. So we keep the depth, but have more accessibility. The team is super happy with the result we've had, and I hope gamers will be just as excited. We are very excited. We start doing that in Watch Dogs 1, so we're expanding on that. We cross path with friends in the city. So you playing in single player and you're crossing path with another player who's also playing in single player. Both of you are members of DedSec, and you can just walk up to each other, you'll say hello, hit the button, and form a co-op team. And it's an example of how those things work together to create magical gameplay moments.
The city of San Francisco and the whole Bay Area is exciting. It's vast. You're going to find a ton of things to do that are unique to you.
Basically, create a situation that you start laughing at and you say, wow, this happened, and you want to share it with friends.
You don't want it just to be like a roller coaster or a theme park ride where I go through all the same beats as everybody else.
What you want to be spending your time doing. That can be multiplayer, that can be focusing on stories, that can be just exploring the world. Whichever activity you do to get you closer to the end game. That's kind of the promise we're making to gamers.
Or texture maps or vehicles. You just start to change up. This is it. It exists.
You come with a sequel that really does a lot of new things, that has a lot of surprises. It's a great feeling.
In the end, there's nothing more looking at something